Good day. Today we are going to be talking about fads and peer pressure. Fads and peer pressure. Fads are things that teenagers pursue with great zeal. Usually trends that they pursue with zeal, pursue with enthusiasm. Over here we say the reigning thing. Things that are in fashion, that are in vogue. How does that affect your teenager? Also, we are going to be looking at peer pressure, how it affects your teenager. They both go hand in hand. Peer pressure is a very powerful force for teenagers. Most people say it's harmless, but in my experience, it's hardly ever so. It's usually negative. The reason why it's usually negative is because the peer pressure comes from other teenagers who are equally inexperienced, equally unwise, equally immature. And so, in my experience, it's hardly ever harmless. It's a very powerful force. It can come in the form of fads. Peer pressure might come in form of fashion trends, behavior changes. Peer pressure makes a teenager want to conform with what other teenagers think is the right way to behave, think is the right way to live, think is the right way to dress. Now, it can be a very powerful force, a powerful negative force. Peer pressure can lead to unwanted pregnancy. Peer pressure can lead to, um, well, drug abuse. It can lead to gang-related behavior, cultism. So it must be checked. It must be checked. There are two main ways I would advise parents to check peer pressure. Number one, build self-esteem in your child. Build self-esteem in your child. Make sure that from an early age, you teach that child to know that being separate, different from other people is normal and it doesn't make you somebody to be laughed at. Teach them how to be assertive, bring them up with very high self-esteem so that when the peer pressure is coming, even when you are not there all the time, they are with their friends, they can know what to say yes to and what to say no to. Another way to check peer pressure is to inspect your children's friend pool. What are their friends like? What is the friend pool like? The place where they draw friends from. What is it like? Are they in the school? Is it a school where indiscipline is tolerated? Is it a school where fighting is tolerated? Is it a school in your church? What kind of Christian youths are there? What kind of Muslim youths are there in your mosque? The friend pool should be highly inspected by the parents because that's where the peer pressure will come from. That's where they will choose their friends. That's where the peer pressure will come from. So make sure you're actively involved in sanitizing their friend pool, and also make sure you train them always to have self-esteem, to be assertive. To also help them in later life to know that even if 100 people and everybody around you is doing something that is wrong, that you deciding to do the right thing doesn't make you a bad person. So peer pressure, also the peer pressure can be good if properly inspected, properly managed by the parents to make sure these teenagers don't go astray. So the points to note here, in order to deal with peer pressure and with fads, two things you need to do. Number one, train your child to have a very high self-esteem. And then secondly, sanitize their friend pool. Make sure you are actively involved in how they choose their friends. Once again, if this video has been helpful to you, remember to like, remember to subscribe, and also share the video to someone for whom it might be useful. Till next time, thank you.